We fell in love with this place day one. You know, when we came here and saw this property, it was a utopia. I mean, that's what drew us to it, and all we could do was not muck it up with an ugly building or, you know, some architecture that didn't respect the natural site and the natural hydrology of this site. So we worked hard to do that.
Dad, you don't have water on that one.
We've been here a little over 8 years. It was nothing more than a little tree house when we came here. We lived in that, and we've had 3 kids since then, and we've been building this for about a little over 4 years, maybe 4.5 years now. The house is a demonstration project, it's a case study, and we're trying to achieve the most stringent and progressive green building program in the world. We've built it essentially with all regional construction waste materials collected from the Hawaiian Islands. The goals of the project are really to be net positive, so what that means essentially is that the building gives back more into the land than it takes. What I was studying was end-of-life structures that we have here, and it just turns out that the most prevalent building stock in Hawaii that exists right now is the single-wall home. It's an outdated structure, and I looked at these buildings and was trying to study what was still available when we look at deconstructing these buildings instead of demolishing them. In the beginning, there was a lot of research going into it, identifying what recycled materials would be available and what we could scavenge and track down in Hawaii that would be replicable. One of the things that Hawaii was really lucky to have was all this redwood that came here from the West Coast back in the 50s. This material is really, really resilient. It's the oldest living species found above sea level, and redwood has an inherent resiliency baked into its DNA, and because it's been around since the dinosaur ages, it's learned how to deal and cope with all of the things the earth throws at it. And so it's all about taking this material, repurposing it, finding a new use for it. So that's another thing that we wanted to showcase, is that we really shouldn't be throwing this stuff away. We should be salvaging it, repurposing it into the high-performance buildings of the future. One of the challenges to building on this site was we couldn't get any equipment up here. After carrying up supplies and kids and all of that, I just had to dream something up to make this a little more feasible. Really what this house represents is an example of a way to build where the building actually becomes an integrated part of that ecosystem, and that the utopia becomes more of a utopia because of the addition of the house, that it actually becomes like an organ that helps the site to thrive. But I really wanted to build something that would inspire people, and you know, a living building won't look the same here in Pālolo as it would in, say, Nanakuli. You probably won't find another building that looks quite like this one, but I hope that it inspires people to think about their projects differently and to implement these concepts.